This shed has been a revelation for Ian Graney, unleashing a creative side he never knew he had.
It's one of those things that you take up and suddenly you find yourself, you can make something. And for someone who's never been able to make anything, it's like a new world opening up.
The Hawke's Bay Woodturners Guild Hall is at St Leonard's Park in Hastings. Being a guild, it takes passing knowledge along seriously.
They're currently halfway through a course for beginners at the moment. They've got 9 or 10 people coming along and it's very successful. It's the 3rd class they've run, and I know they're hoping to do an intermediate class, but you don't need to come to a class. Just coming along on a Wednesday or a Thursday night or a Tuesday morning, there's plenty of people here who will give you tuition, and it's surprising how easy you get underway with the process. Very straightforward. Great camaraderie, really neat bunch of guys.
The guild has taken many turns since it was established 33 years ago.
They initially went to Taradale School, did classes there, then to Marakakaho Hall and to the Waiheke, rebuilt all the club rooms in the old milk creamery station, and have moved here in 2015. So we've had rebuilt the building here from top to bottom, made it into a good working club, and having the hall side of things and that with it. It was the old Scouts Hall, and been a Scouts Hall for 30, 40 odd years, and was in a derelict condition basically inside. We had a group of builders that helped us re-roof the whole building and relined it all, insulated it, put it in Wi-Fi, etc. The guy spent nearly 250 hours and volunteer work gone into it as well, and the council gave us the permission to build here and to take over the whole facility for a nominal rent a year, and it's certainly been a big asset to the club between the Hastings and Napier members.
How do you source your timber?
Oh, there's tons of timber. Go and have a look at our woodshed. There's no shortage of wood. There's always trees being cut down. The danger is that as a wood turner, you can't go past a piece of wood. So suddenly there's a mountain of wood at your place because you think, I'll make something out of that, and you do.
You don't need a lathe if you're working here with the club. You become a club guild member, and the use of the facilities, we've got over a dozen lathes there to work with, and all the equipment and gears supplied to them. And so once they've basically learnt how to use the lathes and that, then they generally will purchase one. Either you can get the smaller ones to start with, small objects, between $600 and $1,200 for a small lathe, to the computer operated ones now, which run for about $3,500 to $4,000. There's quite a bit of gear that you just pick up as you go along, and as older members retire, that gear usually becomes available and is sold back to the guild members and picked up, and so it's continually usage of equipment.
It's a lovely hobby, and it's just so straightforward once you get the hang of it.
Yeah, I just enjoy the wood, the feeling of it. It's still an alive piece, even though it may be cut down, the wood still moves and is still a living thing, and that you can turn something that's been stable for years and all of a sudden the humidity changes in your room or something like that, and you end up with a crack in it, and a few days later the crack disappears again, it's dried up again. So yeah, it's the feeling of the wood. I've always loved working wood or cutting wood, bending time, and the wood shed is the place for me to be. So I really enjoy it. Yeah. And the competition work and sales, when we have our 2 or 3 sales a year, selling stuff. And I do a lot of variety of different types of wood rather than just turning. I do a mixture of all sorts of things, so it keeps me entertained and keeps me out of trouble, and the wife's here.
The oldest guild member is 96 and the youngest 15, and there are a good number of women too.
It's not all blokes, and it's not even a blokey place to be. Our secretary's a woman. We've got probably 10 women in the club. Love some more, absolutely. And they'd be most welcome. Not just because of the morning teas, because the blokes bring those along. Come and have a cup of tea with us, Patrick.
Patrick O'Sullivan, Local Focus.